A shocking video by the Open Chats podcast has recently been going viral, and we might be seeing them getting cancelled in real time. To another shocking twist between the drama between MacG and minnie dlamini, because now she apparently wants 2.5 million rand from him. And even crazier news where an IDT CEO allegedly tried to bribe a journalist with 60,000 rand, and this guy's already under investigation in connection with an 800 million rand tender scandal. There's a lot that's been recently happening, so let's get straight into it. So I'm not sure if you're aware, but in a video that the Open Chats podcast released about 2 days ago, he said something that would completely shock the internet to the
apparently
core.
chow each other, chief.
Siblings.
You don't know.
No, but I believe that because colors are crazy. Colors are crazy.
Crazy in what way?
They chow each other.
I can say that. I've dated a colored, so I can
I've
say that.
dated a colored,
You've
but
dated a
then I
colored.
just
Those are
know
crazy. Okay, I've
they're
dated a
crazy
crazy one.
mentally, but not
No,
not
if you're
to that
if you're
point,
mentally
bro.
crazy, then of course you'd sleep with your cousin.
You see, many people online found these comments very distasteful, and there was clearly a lot of backlash towards the Open Chats podcast, with one comment on Twitter saying, "This is irresponsible and racist, and we won't allow this, never." And even another comment saying they need to be held accountable. They insulted an entire race. However, this issue is very interesting because people seem to be polarized about this topic. Some people are saying that Open Chats podcast shouldn't be cancelled, but they should be reprimanded for what they said. However, others want them gone completely. In fact, things would get so bad that even Gayton McKenzie would come after the
I am
group.
writing a letter to the minister. Os gaan SABC2, we're giving you 7 days to cancel that show. And if you don't cancel that show, ons gaat landela op die gronde van SABC. You're going to learn. This is where we draw
I
the
am
line.
99.9% sure you've seen this clip from Open Chats podcast. I'm not going to say what they say in the clip because it hurts. Because it is things that is blatantly racist and blatantly untrue. But now, for the first time ever, we must make a point.
You're on a podcast and talk about colored people, call them crazy, and how they engage in incest. And no one in your group or circle of 5-6 people, no one says, we probably shouldn't upload this. This shouldn't see the light of day, because it's so explicitly racist.
Because in a recent post, it was revealed that Gayton McKenzie was to pursue legal action over the racist remarks targeting the colored community on Open Chats podcast. One thing is very clear, and that Open Chats podcast is doing a lot of damage control in the background, because this could genuinely spell the end of the podcast completely. And let me know what you think about this situation in the comment section below. However, speaking about the Open Chats podcast, MacG, who owns all of these networks, has also been in the headlines recently because of a lawsuit that's coming his way. You see, because in a recent video that's been going viral on TikTok, it seems as though minnie dlamini wants every single thing from MacG after his comments earlier this year.
Number one, 2.5 million rand within 90 days. 1 million to her and another 1.5 million to Women for Change. So a bit of charity there. Number two, to issue a court-approved apology addressed to her and women in general. Number three, she wants both of these guys to undergo 50 hours of gender sensitization training within 6 months, administered by the Commission for Gender Equality or a person or an institution nominated by it. Number three, that both of them perform 100 hours of unpaid service within 6 months at one or more institutions.
You see, what I found interesting about this entire situation is probably reflected in the comments of this video, because one comment says, "I personally stand with minnie dlamini," gaining 5,100 likes. But another comment would say, "We stand with MacG," gaining almost 6,000 likes. I wish that she wins. MacG is full of nonsense, and he really disrespected her, and not only her, but other women, gaining a staggering 16.5 thousand likes. "No weapon formed against our brother MacG, and Saul shall prosper." Remember when Bonang won that case against the guy who was spewing lies and derogatory comments about her? People don't think Minnie will win this case. However, you will learn the hard way. You see, at the end of the day, this is pretty straightforward. You see, it's quite simple, and that's the fact that minnie dlamini is suing MacG for defamation. You see, MacG's comments about minnie dlamini's private areas was not only uncalled for, but you can honestly see how it could ruin some of her relationships in real life. See, guys, we keep forgetting MacG is a public public figure. With over 1 million subscribers on YouTube, this guy's influence is no joke in South Africa. A lot of people watch the MacG podcast and a lot of people know who Minnie Dlamini is. And unfortunately, you might not want to hear this, but if MacG makes such reckless comments about somebody, then he has to bear the consequences of his actions. It's plain and simple. Because of these comments, Minnie Dlamini could have lost work, respect, and also relationships. But even on a more personal level, which is where I'd always love to take it, you can almost imagine how Minnie Dlamini's family took this. I mean, you have to be human in the way you think about these things. MacG was out of line for his comments. It's actually plain and simple. And now he'll have to suffer the consequences of his actions. However, moving more to the more political side of the internet, a recent Daily Maverick investigation has uncovered something quite shocking. Because, you see, a Daily Maverick journalist named Peter Lewis Myberg has revealed that he was allegedly offered a 60,000 rand bribe by an independent trust IDT CEO Eboho Malaka and his spokesperson Upasha Magolane in an attempt to derail a corruption investigation.
They would reward me if I wrote positive stories on Malaka and the IDT. In other words, I had to drop my investigation into a property. Astonishingly, Magolane said that they would pay me in cash, but that I could earn even more money by bringing my own contractors to the IDT for lucrative tenders. After we'd spoken about the house and some other issues, Magolane and Malaka got down to the day's real business. The IDT spokesperson pulled out a white Dior shopping bag stuffed with 200 rand notes and placed it on the table. This while his suspended boss sat looking on. I asked them how much money they brought for me, and they said it was 60,000 rand, but they also intimated that there would be more money coming my way.
Now, you see, the meeting that was held as a part of Myberg's probe into the alleged corruption at the IDT took an unexpected turn when the officials tried to silence him with a cash offer, and they were unaware that the entire time they were having this conversation, they were being recorded. And wouldn't you know what type of investigation they were trying to derail? Well, this was an investigation in connection with the 836 million rand tender scandal. I mean, if you ask me, it doesn't get more brazen than this. This is just one of those things in South Africa where you know it's happening, but you just don't have proof for it. But today we have the evidence. The Daily Maverick team clearly did an amazing investigation where they would uncover such corruption. It honestly feels like South Africa is becoming a movie every single week from July. It's honestly getting out of hand. But if you ask me, I think all of this is for the best. The more and more we start seeing genuinely how corrupt the officials in South Africa are, and exposing these people one by one, then I do have hope that, if anything, it'll be a deterrent for other criminals who want to do such behavior. More and more people in South Africa are starting to see that these people just don't have their best interests in their mind. And these people just simply need to be held accountable. Because quite honestly, every single South African has had enough of corruption in this country. In fact, it's holding our country back from so much progress. However, all we can do for now is hope that justice is served. Well, if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what your thoughts are on all these stories we've covered today. And again, I'll see you guys in the next one.